Silicon Valley startup Zendesk has launched a new office in BGC. It is going to serve as their new global customer experience hub and will seat more than 200 people. Zendesk first came to the Philippines about 5 years ago and has seen exponential growth since. But what a lot of people don't know is that Zendesk is one of nearly 100 tech companies who lodged a legal challenge to President Donald Trump's immigration. Regina Lay spoke with CEO and founder Mikel Svane about this.
We signed the letter to the court, the amicus brief, alongside a long list of companies because we saw the immediate effects of the travel ban, as we call it, that the executive order that President Trump he issued, and suddenly it brought a lot of uncertainty to our employees. I was in a conversation with my co-founder, and I asked him about where was he actually born, because I knew that could potentially have an impact on his ability to travel. I think we all realized that travel ban was not something that anybody could be proud of. It made our employees uncomfortable, and it made it hard for their colleagues how to help them. What do you tell somebody when your country has suddenly made them uncertain about do they feel supported by this country? So we signed that brief and are proud to be part of those companies. I think that brief, that executive order, definitely doesn't reflect how we or a lot of other companies want to see how want to treat our employees or want to treat people in general. We think about the market, we think about the world as a global market, and the more we can work together, the easier it is for us to work here in Singapore, in Tokyo, in Bangalore, in Melbourne, everywhere where we have offices, that we can hire great talent and that we can service the companies that are in those regions.
I guess the logical next question is why the Philippines? And I want you to talk me through all the business considerations, because I'm thinking here, on the one hand, it can't have been just the fact that there's a large pool of talented, skilled English-speaking workers here, because if that were the only case, then why not India for that matter?
With so many things, when you build a fast-growing startup, everything is not according to a master plan that you had when you set out to build a company. And why we actually initially came to the Philippines and came to Manila, which is more like 5 years ago originally, is a little bit of a coincidence. But it turned out to be a really good place. And some of the best things happen by coincidence. A lot of love affairs start like that. And we got into a little bit of a love affair with Manila. We hired some great people here. They built a great culture, and they became incredibly engaged with our customers, and we could hire some great talent, and we've just been working on that and continue to evolve that. So we now have an office here with more than 100 employees, and we continue to invest in the area. I don't have the dollar amount, but this office, we can at least double the team here, so we hope to have it for at least a couple of years maybe. But we have, as a company, we have high growth projections. We want to be $1 billion revenue company by 2020, and that growth will also be reflected in our presence here in Manila.
This then makes the Philippines just the 5th office in Asia Pacific, and in fact, the global customer service hub for Zendesk. What's the long-term goal here?
I think it's important for us to continue to be a full-fledged office, so that it's not just about customer service, but it really is about having talent in product, having talent in engineering, having talent in technology operations, having talent in sales, because that way we can be a better partner for our customers here, and we can especially be a better part of the Manila tech community, which we really want to be. How we think about it, it's all about relationships. By the end of the day, it's all about relationships, whether you are a fast-growing startup, or you are an airline, or you are a food processor, if you will. So it's ultimately, it's all about relationships between that brand and its customers, and that's what we focus on. The things that are similar rather than things that are very different.
The Zendesk is a listed company, of course, not just on any boards, but in fact on the New York Stock Exchange. Walk me through the difficulties of reconciling the demands of the shareholders vis-a-vis the company's organic expansion plans?
Well, I think that we took the company public almost 3 years ago, and that was a tough process. It's not easy. It's a lot of work. But I think it's a maturing process. It helps you take the company to the next stage. It brings a lot of discipline to the company. And I think if we hadn't gone public, if we hadn't had the cadence of quarterly results, we would have needed to invent something else that kept the discipline in the organization. So from my point of view, I see it very much as a positive thing, something that took the company to the next level. And I really continue to enjoy it.